brother from another mother?
Nothing much. Just got done watching AEW Collision. We're on the main event right now. Brother, it was some damn good fucking shit, pal. A
Yes,
lot
sir.
better than that E shit.
We got some wrestling.
What?
Claudio versus Daniel Garcia, match of the night.
100%, bro. 100%. And brother, you know what's happening, right?
They're gonna split the group up with Claudio. I hope,
And they're gonna betray John Moxley.
but I don't want that. Like the way I seen it, because I know we're kind of skipping ahead really quickly, but Claudio beats Garcia, and the way he was treating him, bro. Like there was a part when Garcia like drop kicked him into the chair, and then Garcia's walking to the other side, and out of nowhere, Claudio uppercuts him out of the freaking into the crowd. Like
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the Claudio, that's Cesaro.
Yes, sir.
Like,
yes, fucking sir, my boy.
But then they said Moxley and Claudio will face off this Wednesday, and I don't like that. I wanted that at All In, not on Wednesday, because it's going to be Kyle or it's going to be Nigel facing Moxley at all.
Either or. Can I be honest? Either or, that would be good.
It will, but I really want a Claudio.
I know, but here's the thing, right? Claudio is going to beat Moxley.
What if he doesn't, though?
If he doesn't, then something went horribly wrong.
Because Moxley's the champion, right? Isn't he the champion of this, tournament?
Yes, but that does not mean he's guaranteed to make it to the end.
But wouldn't he lose? He would lose the title then, right?
I don't know. I'm
confused on that.
So I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. All right, I don't know. All right. What I do know is you have an opportunity here to do something me and you have been asking for what now, a year?
Yeah.
And so don't fuck this up. All right. And like the best thing that can happen is Claudio turn on Moxley and the Death Riders join Claudio. All right. And we get, because I think Moxley, his time is like a heel has come to an end. I believe even his time in the main event in AEW has come to an end. And he hasn't even necessarily been in the main event. And that's, like he was champion, what, how many months ago?
Like, it was a while.
Because Hangman beat him, right?
Yeah.
So what?
That was a year ago, like last All In.
Okay, so it's been about a year. But I feel like I would want to see Moxley go after, say, a TNT title or something of that nature. If he were to chase the title, I just feel like we can do another 6 months to a year before putting him back in the title picture. But however, that's not a bad thing. Because if Will Ospreay does end up becoming the AEW champion at All In, Ospreay versus Moxley, all right? That would be something. And so I genuinely don't think that you can go wrong either way.
I just really want that Claudio Moxley at All In. Give Claudio the moment in front of the largest crowd of the year.
Dude, that would make Claudio a star, and that's what me and you've been asking for since WrestleMania 37.
But they just don't want to, no matter what promotion.
No, it's been, oh my God, that's been... Hold on, wait. 38, 39, 40, 41, 40. That's been 6 years.
Tony, come on, man. You had it right there. You could have did Kyle versus Moxley 3 on Wednesday. Moxley beats him. Claudio takes on Nigel. Claudio beats him. And then the tension with these two guys in your big match at All In.
See, that's what I would have preferred. That right
there. Kyle. I don't see Kyle or Nigel beating Moxley. It'll be a good match, but neither of them will beat him. It's Claudio.
100%. And then also on the show, I really enjoyed. Surprisingly, I will say it was a surprise. I did not see these two teaming up, but it was a damn good match. Nick Wayne and Tommaso Ciampa getting a dub tonight, bro. That shit was clean. And bro, I'm actually really becoming a fan of Tommaso Ciampa in AEW. You know, though it was kind of rocky at first, I can honestly say I think he's doing a hell of a lot better than he was doing in the.
I was kind of worried he was going to lose in this match, but I'm glad they didn't do that. And they
Yeah, Nick Wayne got the pin.
Yeah, because Ciampa went to grab Commander's mask, which it's funny because this would have been the second time today that I've seen somebody rip off a mask. The first one was on MLW.
And bro, I can't wait to hear you talk about that show. I didn't watch it, but I know you're really becoming a fan of MLW.
Yeah. And I think you will too. If you like, I get why you don't watch it as much because there's a lot of wrestling week soon. So there's a lot, and I get it. I really do. But this is worth.
Is this worth watching?
Yes.
Okay.
It is 55 minutes, but it goes by so fast, and you get like. There's one thing on the show when I talk about it that I didn't really like. I didn't hate it. It wasn't really anything I cared about.
Okay.
But I'll talk about that after Collision show because Kyle O'Reilly took on Orange in the first match, I believe it was.
Yes, this was very good.
Yeah.
And I believe Orange Cassidy won, if I'm correct.
No, Kyle tapped out Orange immediately, and I was like,
"Oh shit!"
Yeah, I was like, "All right." I mean, it was a good match, but I kind of thought Orange would win. But
I maybe it was near fall, but I could have swore he won.
No, Orange was about to win, but then Kyle got him in the ankle lock and fell back, and he tapped out. And then,
damn, all right, the Chad Gable of AEW. Okay,
that's exactly what I thought of when I seen it. That's so funny. There was another really good segment, and it wasn't live because this show was live tonight.
Okay.
This was pre-taped from Wednesday, and Will Ospreay talked with Nigel, and I really enjoyed this because both these guys were just basically thanking the other one. Will said like you're like one of the biggest stars from the British wrestlers, and like I'm like you paved the way for me and guys like me.
100%.
And he thanked him and everything, and then he basically said like I have more belief that you're gonna win this tournament than me beating Kenny. And then that's when Nigel's like, well, that's kind of a problem because you should believe in yourself. Everybody believes in you, basically. Like, you're one of the best wrestlers in the world. You're one of the only people that are going to finally get your moment because none of the British wrestlers ever won the title. So Will's going to be the first one. And I thought this was awesome. Like, both these guys basically put each other over, and I really liked it. And also, Willow just retained her title.
And I seen that coming from a mile away.
Me too.
But I'm happy with the reign that Willow's been on. But I'm telling you, All In next Sunday is going to be my CEO.
I kind of feel bad for Willow because she's only going to get a month once again, just like the last time.
So actually, here's my thought process, right? 1 month, all right? And look at what she's done with it. Look at how many defenses she's had with it. All right, I'm gonna say this: Liv Morgan has been the WWE Women's Champion World Champion. I'm sorry, for over 100 days. She's defended that title maybe twice. And you look at what Willow's done in 1 month. Defense after defense, successful defenses too. I would say, and once again, this is just me. It's not how long you hold the title; it's what you do with it, right? I'm going to tell you what she's done in this 1 month is better than what Liv Morgan has done in over 100 days.
Totally agree. The Dominion, they took on 2 jobbers. They won in like 3 minutes, and then they were talking to Jamie and Alex Windsor, basically saying, "Watch this, girls. This is gonna be you." And then they beat them. It really wasn't much, but you know what? I like them as a team, and they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to Jamie and Alex. So
I can believe that.
This will be a good match, bro. I think so.
And I'm trying to think what also happened.
Jack Perry calls out Swerve for Wednesday night in a match.
Swerve's gonna beat his ass.
Yeah, he said kill or be killed in his promo. He's gonna get killed.
Dude, has he not ever seen Swerve wrestle?
He said he could stand up to Swerve now. Like he can stand on the level. This is just getting Swerve on the show so he can basically announce that he's in the trios match, because that's another thing that a lot of people were announcing tonight. You had Gabe Kidd and the boys. The Gabe Kidd and the Dogs, they basically said they want the trios belts.
Okay.
The Hurt Syndicate were in a match with Lee Moriarty, and they basically hurt everybody and then left Lee on his own, and then he won his match, and then, yeah, that was quick. And then they basically said, oh, bring out anybody that wants to fight us in a trios match. And out comes the Bang Bang Gang, the Guns.
This was good. This was good, bro. I actually popped for this, okay? And Jay White cut a damn good promo, bro. And I'm not going to lie, I want to see the Bang Bang Gang.
I do too, and I think it's going to be a really good trios match at All In, because now we have Brodito, Bandit, or
Brodito and Hangman.
Yeah, them. We have the Ricochet's team. We have Jay White and the Guns. We have the Gabe Kidd and the Dogs, and then obviously it's going to be Swerve and the New Day. It has to be. That's already 5 teams of 3. Are we doing a ladder match or something? I don't know. Like, or is it just the? This is gonna be chaos.
I feel like you could do a 6-team ladder match. I believe maybe I'd go for TLC if in my personal preference, and you can get a little more out of that. But nevertheless, you're looking at 6 of the best trios team, 5 at least of the best trios teams that I would say wrestling has to offer right now. And if it really is the New Day with Swerve, bro, that's gonna be one hell of a fucking pop.
I can't wait for that. I seriously can't wait. But my favorite match of the whole night, it had to be Claudio versus Garcia. Like, you had Claudio hitting Garcia, and then he just starts dancing. And then Claudio starts hitting him again, and he just starts dancing. And Claudio hits him again even more, and then he's like, boom, 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 starts dancing. And Claudio's like, fuck this. Bam! Freaking nails him, bro. And I was like, yo, I love Garcia, but he deserved that.
That one looked nasty, though. It looked like he really got his ass.
Yeah, and then he put him in like I think it was a sharpshooter or something like that, and then tapped out Garcia. But that match was really fucking good. Like, that was awesome. And he even swung him, bro, with his leg. He swung them, and I'm like, this is Claudio. This is Cesaro that I miss.
Bro, this is where Cesaro has to beat Moxley, bro.
He has to. If he loses on Wednesday, I'm going to be pissed. Like, I love Moxley, Dean Ambrose, whatever you want to call him, but seriously, Claudio has to win. Because even they had a promo where Yuta was like, the guys are together, and then Moxley's like, shut up. And then, because he told Yuta to shut up, and then Yuta looks at Claudio, and he just says, or I forgot what he said, but then he walks away. So both of them were pissed. So there's tension, bro. There's legit tension.
And that's where I'm telling you the betrayal is going to happen on Wednesday.
I hope so, or something, because Claudio deserves to be on his own. He's been here way too long with Moxley.
And I feel like this is the culmination of it all. And if it paid off for Cesaro being put in a main event push, I would take it. But honestly, bro, tonight was really, really damn good. The only piece of AEW news that I have before we get into MLW is actually involving Ring of Honor star Athena. She had an asthma attack during a wrestling match, and as somebody with asthma, bro, that shit is fucking scary, and it can hit you at any time. And so, my heart goes out to her, bro, and I hope she's doing all right.
And you wouldn't even noticed it because she kicked such ass last night that you wouldn't even notice when she went for it like that. Respect to Athena for retaining and going on after, because that's a tough one. But she's one of my favorites. I still can't believe she's champion.
Oh, I know,
She's
and
never gonna lose, bro. She beat Roman.
she has held that title longer than Roman Reigns held the WWE Championship, and Roman's the fourth longest reigning champion in all of WWE history, and that goes from WWF to WWF to WWE throughout all the generations, bro. And but with her, if she holds that title about I believe it's 3 to 4 more months, she will hold a title reign longer than Hulk Hogan, who is the third longest reigning WWE champion of all time.
That's crazy to think about.
If she holds
deserves it.
if she holds the championship for 4 more years, all right, she would beat Bruno Sammartino's longest reigning WWE championship run of all time.
That's crazy. I don't think she'll go that long, but I think she might beat Hogan.
Oh yeah, the Hogan one for sure. And and that's why I was pissed off when Roman Reigns lost, because you got to understand, if he would have held that title for 6 more months, that was it. I think to SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series. If he would have held it just till then, he would have been the third longest reigning WWE champion of all time, and that surpasses Hulk Hogan.
That's crazy.
And but at the same time, I can understand why WWE wasn't going to do that either. Now with Hulk Hogan being passed away, maybe, just maybe, that was the right thing to do. But also, I think it's funny with all the shit Hulk Hogan said, somebody of color surpassing his title reign.
Another bit of news is, well, it's not news, it's actually real, but 10 years of Bayley tonight.
Yes, sir. And she said she was very proud of the things she's done. WrestleManias, championships, all the marquee main event matches. But she's not done fighting for women's wrestling, and she believes in women's wrestling, and she said she'll continue to. When she says she's not done fighting for women's wrestling, as well as she's saying thank you for all the moments and how appreciative she is, she's leaving. All right, I believe she will be in All Elite Wrestling. I believe the person that will beat Mercedes for the women's championship in AEW will be Bayley.
Bro, 11 years today, they wrestled.
Yep.
11 years. I'm old.
Bro, that makes me feel old as fuck.
I was going into junior year.
I was going into ninth. Hold on, wait. You said 11 years ago?
Yeah, this was 2015.
Okay, so I would have been 14 years old. So, I believe I was still in middle school, yeah. Yeah, because when I met you, you were in 8th grade, and I was in 6th. So, yeah, I was still in middle school, bro.
How's that true? How old are you compared to? We're like 3 years back, right?
I'm 25.
So 3, then, wait a minute. Damn, you were in 8th. Damn.
Yep.
So that means when I went into 12th, you were 9th grade? Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah. So, because when I first met you, I was in the 6th grade. You were in the 8th grade. And then you went into high school, but we just never lost contact with each other.
Old. I'm old, man. I was going into junior year. The next day, or no, this was, if we're going back 11 years, this was a Saturday. So like 2 days later, I'd be going into junior year. That's crazy.
So, dude, you just made me feel old as shit. And I'm 25.
Well, you know what? Happy 11 years to Mercedes, Sasha, and to Bayley, because this, to me, is the greatest women's match in history.
And
I watched it live.
And now the question in the Jordan Grace is still up in the air too. because we know Dragunov left, but now we have a why. And it's something that I also knew for a while. Because do you remember a couple months ago, WWE and TKO were telling the wrestlers that they were looking at having to take pay cuts.
Yeah.
The WWE is a failure. All right, let me put it this way: ESPN is losing money because of WWE. Netflix is losing money because of WWE. TKO is losing money because of WWE. And we just lost Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Your
And AJ.
two big stars, and AJ. Randy Orton and CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Those are maybe your four guys who could draw tickets. But everybody else cannot draw a ticket, to be respectfully honest. And so Dragunov, though he was a fantastic wrestler, and the WWE was working with him to try to get a new deal, he was asked to take a pay cut. And it's not that he was a bad wrestler, it's not that he was a bad employee. It was that the company was losing money, so the guys who truthfully don't draw tickets were asked to take a pay cut, and he did not want to take that pay cut. And it is what it is. And so this is why, brother. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that wrestlers get paid now more than ever. But however, here's where I hate it. So if you go back to the 90s, early 2000s, the best guaranteed deal you could get if you were like, say, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, somebody of that nature, was a guaranteed $1 million a year. But if you drew tickets, you got some of the gate. If you were sold merchandise, you got paid from that. If you were in video games, you got paid in that. And so not only were you guaranteed this $1 million if you were the top marquee player, but you could also get money from all these other revenues. You look at Stone Cold, the biggest money maker in WWE history, maybe besides John Cena, and he's making multi-millions per year. John Cena the same. But those guys could actually draw seats as well as sell merchandise. And I feel like that's the problem in today's wrestling, and it's not just a WWE problem. You can have all these fantastic wrestlers, but if you don't have people who are, let's say, bigger than the company. All right, like John Cena is bigger than the company. You don't have to be a WWE fan to know who John Cena is, right? When you have someone like that in your company, you're going to sell tickets. Why did CM Punk sell so much in AEW? Even before he came into the company, like the first show in Chicago.
Because he's their biggest star name.
Right, and he draws money. And so I hope that AEW does this too, and it's gonna suck for the guys. But all right, if you cannot draw tickets, we're not gonna pay you multi-millions. All right, if you cannot sell merch, all right, if you cannot add eyes to our company, we're not gonna pay you high dollar, and I don't think that's unfair. And now for the guys who do make the money, the guys who do bring in fans and draw tickets, let's say MJF, he should be making the most amount of fucking money.
I'm pretty sure he is.
And and so that's where I do believe this is how the system should be ran. I think it's crazy that people in developmental who don't travel for pay-per-views nor for shows, they just go to Orlando. They're making it on the downside $150,000 a year. That is damn good money. And with most of them living in Florida anyways, it's not like you're spending money on hotels and shit. You can truthfully just go home after the fact.
Especially if you live there.
Right. And so that's one where I don't feel bad for the NXT guys. All right. Plus, most of them are in their 20s, fresh out of high school.
And most of them don't.
Fresh out of college.
Care. Most of them actually don't care about this.
Right. And so if you don't care about this and you're tired of making the quote unquote shit money, well, then fucking leave. But if you're good enough to get better and see that increase in your work and see that increase in your pay, then hey, There you go. And I think, as you see what I'm trying to say, that's going to drive more incentive to be better.
I agree. But I'm gonna talk about MLW really quick because it's not
Yeah,
gonna
go
be
ahead,
like
brother.
it's not gonna be a long talk about it, but there were a lot of matches on here that I liked.
Yeah, I'm all ears, brother. Go ahead.
The first thing we started off with was our world champion Killer Cross, and this man, bro, he got a massive "You Deserve It" chant. And
Really?
yeah, he basically thanked the fans, and then he said, "You know what? I'm gonna get right to it. Somebody who wants to fight me, come on out here. I'm putting out an open challenge. Anybody that wants to step up, get your ass out here." Out comes Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, who's still, I guess, there. I thought he was done with the episodes a few back, but he's still there. And
Did he come out with the U.S. title?
no, that's funny though. He came out with Divacat. Oh, Diva. Why do I always mess this guy's name up?
Dominic Dijakovic?
Yes, him and some other guy. I think his name was Josh. Josh something.
Hello, what's this? Hey, what's up? I love wrestling 890. It's the One Shot Killers podcast. We're talking about some AEW Collision and some MLW. And hey, brothers, God bless you, brother.
But yeah, like they basically came out, and then this Josh guy, who's new to me really. He looks like Sid. He might be Sid's son for all I know. He looks like Sid. But he comes out and says, "You know what? I'm not here to talk. I'm here to fight." Gets in the ring with Cross. They brawl. Refs break them up, and then yeah, they go to commercial, and some other. See, this is a new match that I've never heard of. Lightning match. It's basically.
Oh, hold on, wait. So is Baron Corbin gonna fight Karrion Kross?
No.
Oh.
They basically hyped each other up, and then this other dude that I had no idea of, he just goes in instead of the two guys that I actually do know. And then yeah, I guess it's him and Cross down the line. I don't know when, but they didn't say exactly when. But this match I've never heard of, a lightning match, which is kind of like a squash, like a 10-minute squash match.
Okay.
The girl's name is Zamaria, and she's new also to me. I don't know much about her, but she basically won in like 3 minutes. I don't even know why the match was 10 minutes long. It was done in, it should have been 5 minutes on the clock, because it was kind of a squash match. But they're kind of building this girl up, and I kind of like her. It's just I don't know much about her, but I kind of dig her.
Okay.
And now it's the promo that I didn't really care much about, which was Matt Riddle, and he came out basically saying that Killer Cross owes
How does he still have a job in wrestling?
I don't know. He's still good, don't get me wrong, but
I know he's talented. I will never take that away from Matt Riddle. I know he's super talented. But the Velveteen Dream was super talented. Both of them are in heavy controversy. And I do not see how he's in that company, bro.
he basically said that he still owed a match with Cross, and then there's something about a cup. I don't know if it's a tournament, but he said like a cup. I'm guessing that's a tournament, but in their company it's a cup match, like a cup tournament, whatever it is.
Okay.
Like but he's basically going to be in that, so that's why he was there. He was giving out big news that he said. And then Shotzi had an interview with some two new talent. She's the champion. And like I said, Shotzi's actually pretty good. I don't know what it was with WWE, but there she sucked. But now she's actually pretty good. So I don't know what was going on with that, but
just never given a break, and also I think sometimes I believe in this, getting released and not feeling like you were used to the best of your ability. Sometimes I think that can light a fire under your ass. And so maybe that gave her a little bit more to want to try.
Well, she's going to face the winner, or she's going to face, because the two new girls were there, and both of them were like, let's do rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins gets her. And then the other chick won. They didn't say their names, so like I don't know their names. They're actually new, is what Shotzi said. And then Lady Frost walks in. This is my favorite right here. I love Lady Frost, bro. Like, she was pissed. Like, why are these ladies getting in front of my line? I should be in front. And she said, I get the loser that didn't win the rock papers. So it's basically the other girl. Like I said, I don't know the name. They never mentioned names of these two girls, but Lady Frost is facing the loser, while the other girl gets the champion. So I thought this was a good segment because I love Lady Frost. And then my favorite, well, there's two favorite matches, but this was my first favorite. Kushida and Trevor Lee.
Oh, that sounds good. Then that's that. Oh.
I seriously want you to watch this show whenever you get time, because this match and the main event for sure were the best parts. But this match with these two guys, bro, they were going crazy in the ring, and the crowd was going crazy too. Like, they were going, just like, they were chanting, "This is awesome, fight forever" at times. Like, and like in the end, Trevor wins, which I wanted him to win because I love Trevor. I like Kushida, but Trevor was the right winner, and he got the win. And he also cut a promo basically saying this was his first title defense as the champion, but it's also his first title defense as a new father, I believe he said. Like, he has a child now. So he said,
wow, congratulations.
So happy on that. But then he gets beat up.
Oh.
By, bro, I swear, Bronson Reed Jr.
Bronson Reed Jr., okay.
He looks like Bronson, bro.
Okay.
Like, I mean, legit out of the nowhere, this guy just freaking destroyed Trevor, beat the crap out of him. Once again, even the commentators didn't know who he was. So it's not really my fault to not know, because they didn't even know.
Okay.
But this dude was a beast, bro. I don't know who he was, but he reminded me of Big Bronson Reed, dude, because he came in there. But he destroyed our boy, unfortunately.
Damn.
That sucked, but he looks like a machine.
But no, this, I'm not gonna lie, dude. From what you're saying, this show sounds really fucking good.
It was like I said, take away the Matt Riddle promo, which, like I said, I didn't hate it. It's just it did nothing for me.
No, and that's fair. I guess like my only thing about it is I'm still just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not over all the stuff that went down with him.
Which is fair. I get it. There was also... Oh, then we get to our main event, because like I said, it was 56 minutes around there. But we got our main event, which was the National Openweight Championship. Austin Aries, Mystico, and then some other new guy. I don't think he's new. He kind of seems like an older wrestler. I've never heard of him. And they also apparently never heard of him, because I didn't get the name. He's good, though. He's good, don't get me wrong. But he's not Mystico and Austin Aries good, because those two guys were holding this match up. Like, Mystico was diving. You know how Mystico is.
Yeah.
He's flying around, jumping out of the ring. I forgot how good Austin Aries was.
Dude, Austin Aries is fan-fucking-tastic. He might be a dick, but he's really good in the ring.
He proved it, bro, because he's out there just whooping ass, literally. And the crowd was going, "This is awesome" again. Like, it felt like the place was packed. Like, I mean, like, it felt like it. It might have been, but it felt so much like it on this main event match. And, like, Mystico, I thought, was going to win at one point, because he went on the top with the other dude. I don't know if he's new, but to me, he's new. But he did his, like, I forgot what his move is called. He, like, backflips off the top into the ring, and then he's just, like, laid out. And then this is when Austin appears out of the blue, rips this dude's mask off, laughs at him, like he has it like this, and then he goes up, puts his finisher on the other guy, drops him on his head. 1, 2, 3. The greatest man to ever live retains the Openweight Championship, as he's just showing off. Such a cocky ass, bro. I love this man.
Damn.
He put
That's
the
not.
mask on too. He won with the mask when Mystico's mask.
That's fucked up.
Like it, bro. I loved Austin in TNA. I was there actually when he won the world title from Bobby Roode. But they fumbled him in WWE because he could have been something special, and they put him in the cruiserweight. And I
don't think putting him in the cruiserweight division was the problem. The problem was after the cruiserweight classic, they treated the cruiserweights like nothing.
That too, but I just felt like he should have done way more. But then I get the guy tonight on this show, and I'm like, this is the Austin from TNA, bro. He's such an asshole, but he can wrestle.
Yes.
He reminds me of CM Punk, bro. He really reminds me of Punk.
That is literally the best answer to that. Because like the dude's a fucking dick, but he can wrestle.
Yes, and I love CM Punk. I would actually want CM Punk and Austin Aries to wrestle. Holy shit.
Oh, dude, could you imagine the promos and the match? Damn.
There was a promo in TNA back then when Austin's like, I don't have to claim myself as the best in the world. And he looked at the camera. I'm the greatest man to ever live. And I know he was taking a shot at Phil.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's so funny, though, because Austin is one of the best wrestlers on this promotion, MLW. And he proved it, bro. So I'm glad he's still the champion. It was a really good show.
Like, it sounds like a damn good show. Like, I'm actually looking forward to watching that.
You should, bro. I promise you. I think you'll like this show. Like, I'm not saying you have to watch it every week. I get it. Trust me. Too much wrestling. I really do get that.
But I can tell that there's quite a few questionable characters in that company.
Yeah, I'll say that. But I feel like that's every promotion, if you want me to be honest. Like, but it's the biggest with Matt Riddle. Like, I honestly feel like Matt Riddle's the biggest of the controversial type of stuff.
You ain't ever heard the story about Austin Aries and Christy Hemme?
Actually, yeah, never mind. I haven't heard that. Like I said, he's an ass, but he can wrestle. Damn, I gotta watch this fan. He's about to take my weed.
Hell yeah, I just took mine, brother.
No, I meant the fan. It was about to take the weed and blow it
Oh,
away.
no. Not the weed.
I would have been so pissed. But speaking of tomorrow, bro.
What's up, G?
AJ Styles' son will be at the show.
Yes, sir. And, bro, now, look. I think Avery Styles is in the wrong. And I don't think, and I don't think that, he, you know, after the whole, because all right, here's the thing, right? I understand that, like, you know, people would abuse the paying your dues to back in the day bully the young guys, but I do believe in some sense when you're a new wrestler, right, and you haven't even been in the no, I'm sorry, you haven't even been in the industry, say 5 years. You should be wanting to do more. You should be wanting to earn every opportunity you have, right? Because you're still trying to make a name for yourself.
Exactly.
So to me, like setting up the ring, taking down the ring, cleaning up the arena, you know, shaking everybody's hands, you know, and being at the merch stands, you know, all these things matter. And I feel like Avery Styles was in the wrong on that whole situation in GCW.
I agree. Like, I see, like, I don't think AJ should have got on that one person, what he said.
No, because here's the thing, like AJ Styles was one of the most respected dudes in the business, right? And now, people are trying to say that because of AJ, Avery paid his dues, but that would be like saying, bro, because of Dusty, Cody paid his dues. You know what I mean?
And I'm sure Cody did pay his actual dues.
Oh, I believe he absolutely did. Look at how many times he went up and down the card, rock bottom to top, right? Yeah. And that Avery Styles has not respectfully paid his dues, and I don't mean, you know, like bully the shit out of him and you know, make him do everything, but I do believe like getting out there, helping set up the show, And like I said, doing everything you can to get yourself over with the guys you're working with. That's something huge, bro. And so I just like, because when AJ Styles said he paid his dues, and then you had I forget who it was, but they said because Avery Styles has paid his dues because of his dad. It's like, no, that's not how that works, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to make a career off your father's name,
Go
sure,
ahead.
go ahead. But I don't believe that's going to gain you any respect to the level of AJ Styles. You know what I mean?
Can I be honest though?
Yeah.
I don't think Avery should be on the card, the main card tomorrow. Like, if he wants to be on the pre-show, that's one thing. But this guy who hasn't done anything really should not be on the main show tomorrow wrestling. If
No.
he's just there, that's one thing. But wrestling, I don't think that's the right move.
And here's the thing, even AJ Styles had to make a name for himself. You look at AJ Styles, he's wrestled in every single independent promotion. He's wrestled in WCW, to WWF, to WWE, and TNA and New Japan. Like, the dude has done it all. All right. And I believe that even in TNA, AJ Styles was not a main event act from day one. He bust his ass and he worked hard to get to where he got. And so that's one where I agree with you. Avery Styles should not have a marquee moment on the show just because of his daddy's last name.
Well, think about this. If that somehow happens and Avery debuts tomorrow on the main show, while the Righteous are on the pre-show wrestling, by the way, tell me how that's fair.
It's not. And that's what I mean. The difference between guys who are handed something and guys who are not. Like the reason, like, dude. And the thing is, I like Avery Styles. I've seen him wrestle. But what I don't want for Avery Styles is what everybody did with Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is a damn good wrestler, a damn good storyteller. She draws tickets, and she makes people better. All right, but however, because of the way she was instantly pushed, truthfully, being a Flair had a lot to do with it.
Shoved down our throats.
And everybody to this day never wants to see her succeed.
But now she's slowly, I feel like, I'm starting to slowly like her more.
But look at how long it took.
Yeah, I know.
And, and so that's one where I can argue the same thing about Roman Reigns. And so that's what I don't want for Avery Styles. And unfortunately, at a much younger age than Charlotte and Roman, that's what's happening.
Like I said, it said he was going to be at the show. Didn't exactly say what he's doing. I would just have him there sitting in the crowd. Yeah, don't have him wrestle on the actual pay-per-view because there's already like 8 matches, and that's plenty. I don't need another one unless if you're wanting to add him on the pre-show to a third match. Fine, whatever. But the Righteous should not be on the pre-show. That pisses me off.
Dude, they got buried.
I don't want to say that yet.
Dude, they went from last month being on the main show to now being on the pre-show.
Let's wait until after lockdown. If somehow they're with the Wyatt Six and something big happens with them, then maybe they weren't. But if nothing happens, then unfortunately, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with the Righteous. Because
I mean, like, dude, it reminds me of the Wyatt family all over again.
Every time it is. We say this every time, but that honestly is the truth. I don't want this, man. When I seen them on the pre-show, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it because now they're my guys. Of course, I'm gonna watch them, but it's like they should be on the main show if anything. Like that. Hopefully they do something big tomorrow.
But I think it's gonna be a damn good show, and I'm really looking forward to it. So. With that said, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You guys have been awesome. We'll catch you tomorrow following TNA lockdown. And good night and peace out, everybody. Peace out, brother.